Today, we're making something out of here. I'm very excited. When we were in Denmark and we went to Atelier September, we had a slice of this lemon loaf. I didn't know it was in the cookbook. I honestly didn't really get a chance to look through the cookbook, and then we went and then it's like, oh my gosh, I want all these things. They're all in here. It's magic. We're making lemon loaf. Lemon poppy seed loaf. There's actually shockingly not a ton of lemon in it, I don't think. 1 lemon zested. That's not a lot. 10 eggs, which is a shock. Everything else is like kind of normal. I'm just gonna get to it. It's square, like it's perfectly square, and so they used square molds. Well, actually, I'll be honest, when I had it there, it was a slice, which I think was from a loaf. Maybe they make the square molds and then slice them? No, that doesn't make sense, because most of the pieces are inner. Like, nobody's getting an edge, then what are you getting? Like 100 edges? That's not what they're doing. They're doing a loaf for sure. Anyway, it doesn't tell you the size of the loaf pan, which is not ideal. However, I just gave this guy a wash because he hasn't been used in a long time. I have a Pullman loaf pan, just one and one size, which goes like this in the oven, which creates square loaves because as it rises, it pushes against the lid and then everything gets squared off. So I think this is what I'm going to use. My only concern is that this is too big and it's not going to rise enough and it's not going to be square and it's just going to be like this sad loaf in here. But what can we do but try, right? We just have to try. That's kind of it. It's gorgeous. It gets tossed in sugar at the end. It is like so magnificent. And when we were there, where did we have lemon loaf? Oh, okay. So we had the lemon poppy seed loaf similar from Juno. And we also had, I said this in my video of Juno's review. And then we also had the lemon poppy seed loaf. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I can't continue to say it. From Atelier September. And Atelier September is like, was far superior. In the recipe, they say it was inspired by Tartine's recipe, which is interesting. I also have Tartine's cookbooks. They said, we liked it so much that we modified the recipe to make our own version. Isn't that all recipes? Anyway, I'm really excited. So is my sister. She's like, call me when you make it because I want it. I've had the intention of making it for so long and just haven't gotten around to doing it, but here I am, ready to go. They also have, stay tuned because we will be making these. Actually, there's a couple things. Should I tell you what we want to make? Well, I want to make rye bread. I have a good recipe in here. I'm assuming it's good. Okay, the pancakes. Oh, so good. I don't know if you remember from when I was there. I posted about them. I had the pancake. So good. This though I have to buy stuff for. What did I have to buy again? Nothing crazy. Oh, rings. They like cook them in stainless steel rings on a pan. I don't have any of those, so I have to buy those. That's it. That's why I haven't made them yet. I will though. Don't worry. I mean, there's so much in here. Okay, well, this carrot cake looks phenomenal. Same with this chocolate tart. Also this chocolate miso cake. We're making the lemon poppy seed loaf. This lemon meringue tart, phenomenal. Ben's favorite thing is lemon meringue. And then back here, okay, well, matcha tiramisu. Yes. Matcha choux. Also yes. Madeleines. Yes. All these things are yes. This. Little birdie's gonna tell you right now that we might have gotten an ice cream maker. Woo woo. We're in our small appliance era, as you know that. Chamomile and fennel soft serve ice cream. And I can do soft serve ice cream on the ice cream maker I got. Just wait until we make it. I'm so excited. Anyway, we could just continue to cook out of this cookbook for the foreseeable future if you'd like. I need to get the mixer. There's a lot happening here. Oh, also I was gonna say, to bake our Danish baked good, we are wearing our Cecilie Bonson sweater. Very on brand. I never wear this sweater because it is too precious to wear and get dirty, but it's perfect to wear to bake in. That's a joke. Okay. Mixer. I'm pretty sure we need a mixer. Actually, I'm not pretty sure. I'm 100% sure. I just haven't refreshed on the recipe just yet. Let's just go from the top. Preheat the oven to 175 degrees Celsius, which is like essentially 350, I think. Dry ingredients. I have to go get flour from the basement freezer. When we buy the good flour in bulk from Costco, I freeze it in bags because it keeps flour better longer when you have so much. I just go in like big Ziploc baggies and then freeze it and then just take one at a time. See? Flour. Should I fill up my containers? Yes. Are we going to? No. Flour. A shockingly little amount. Baking powder. A lot of it. 20 grams? It's the most bizarre recipe. Okay. Like that's going to be a lot of baking powder. Are they sure about this? I don't know. I'm going to do it. It's a lot. Okay. Concerned. Not starting off great. And then poppy seeds. Also 20 grams of poppy seeds. I'm just concerned about how little dry ingredients this is and how many eggs I have happening here. Like 10 eggs is a lot of eggs. Salt, 10 grams. I'm going with Diamond Crystal baking salt. This is the correct amount of salt for me. I mix this up. Like this is no flour whatsoever, but that's it. Break your eggs into the bowl. We're gonna add them one at a time, and I'm pretty sure We do this because we add them one at a time, I'm pretty sure. And you need it to be faster than cracking each one as you go. I think honestly because there's so many. 10 eggs, right? I'm right about this? 10 large eggs, yeah. Okay. Oh gosh, I need a bigger bowl. All right, so many shells. 10 eggs. Put the marzipan, sugar, and lemon zest into the stand mixer on it. We just took an unexpected break because my phone ran out of storage at the exact same time that I realized that I didn't have enough marzipan, so I had to go to the store. What happened was it said 40 grams of marzipan in the recipe. No, it said 400 grams of marzipan in the recipe, and I thought it said 40, and one tube is 200, so needed 2, so I had to go to the store and deal with my phone at the same time. Into our mixer. Marzipan, sugar, and lemon zest. I have the healthy sugar in my sugar container right now. Healthy sugar. But this one calls for a finer sugar. It actually calls for superfine sugar or caster sugar. I don't have any. Granulated sugar is going to be more fine than the cane sugar that I use in my sugar thing. So anyway, and a lot of sugar. We're going to indulge in this cake. If you bought it at a bakery, you wouldn't know what's in it. You'd just be like, wow, delicious. So I'm not going to look around at how little flour and how much sugar is in it. I'm just looking at the end product is beautiful and delish. This is what I'm telling myself right now. Where the heck is my beater? Oh, it's in the dishwasher. We were baking yesterday. Start mixing until they're all combined. Then add the butter little by little, whipping the dough for 10 minutes so that it expands by about 20%. Okay, so I'm gonna do that and then butter my pan. While we're at it, Jamesy, you go. May I just say that I understand why it was so much for just one slice when I was in Denmark. It was expensive. This is how much butter is in there. Plus my 10 eggs. Do you know how expensive that is? We're committing to it. We're here. We're this far in. Okay, straight up, my mixer's not big enough. I'm gonna call my brother and see if I can borrow his. It's too much. It's literally like spraying all over me. And I still have so much butter to add. Oh gosh, James. Okay, this is turning into a thing. I went and got my mother-in-law's, sorry, James is playing. I went and got my mother-in-law's machine because I forgot that she also had a big one. See that? See that bowl size? Look at that hook. No, that's not a hook. Paddle. Oh yeah, this is what we needed. I don't want it to be wrong. I want it to be perfect. So I want to make sure that I can actually allow it to beat properly. Oh wait, we have to move this machine. I'm not sure why I'm just calling it a machine. Heavy. I always have to remind myself how to work with the big ones. There we go. Okay, back at it. I'm putting this on. This is going to be the best experience. Okay, she's nice and fluffy. Can you see that? Definitely is larger. Now we're going to add the eggs one at a time. 2 at a time, that's fine. 2 keep going in. So this technique is not fabulous. I buttered our pan, but I don't know if I should have also floured it. Sift the flour in and then just fold it in spatula, which makes sense because there's so little of it. Should I flour it? To flour or not to flour? That is the question, Tess. I feel like I should just flour. Like there's no harm in flouring, correct? I feel like you can't go wrong. I'm not doing the lid. Maybe I'll regret that. Okay, batter in. This is a lot of batter, so maybe this is the right size loaf pan. We have no sizing information. Thank goodness I went and got this other mixer. Never would have fit. Thank goodness I have access to all these mixers. Imagine I started this project and didn't. That would have been so disappointing. Just as I was discussing about how expensive this loaf is. I hope this is correct. Can you see it? Can't see it at all. It's a large loaf. It's honestly like, it's heavy. Okay, how does this go on? I'm losing it right now. Go like this. Slide them on. Lock it on. This goes in the oven like this with lid. I'm gonna bake it on a baking tray just in case. 55 minutes. I'm nervous. Okay, I hope it works. Okay. Okay. We had an issue. I put it on that tray just in case, and thank goodness I did because overflow. This is cool now, but it doesn't look appetizing. And then it started to pour from here onto the bottom of the oven. Love that for me. Which then I had to take it out of the oven, transfer it to a new pan, turn on my mother-in-law's oven, run it into her oven. It wasn't even really to temp yet, midway through the bake, so it just might be a total disaster. This does not look good, but it's also just like uncooked mush. I'm worried about it, I'll be honest. And now I have to clean the bottom of my oven, which is just the worst. Honestly, this could look good if it was like cooked. I feel like there's something else that I was going to tell you. Oh, I have to let it cool completely. And so I can't really check that it's done. It just said 55 minutes, so I did it. And sorry, you probably shouldn't watch this. I'm picking at it because I have to put it in the compost. And it's not glamorous to watch. So I'm going to let it cool. I don't know. I'm Oh gosh, that was all butter that I just put my arm in. I'm just letting you know that it might be just a total disaster, but we tried. We'll be back when it's cool. And I browned some butter that you have to put on it and roll it in sugar when it's cool. At least this tells us that it reached the top. So there's hope in that. I thought that this would be a quick project and it's literally taken all day. It's okay. Maybe it's worth just buying. Not that I live in Copenhagen. Okay, we're cool. The grand reveal. I'm nervous. Dude, it's a disaster. Oh, Tess. Oh. Shoot. What a freaking nightmare. Oh, that's so frustrating. That's annoying. It's not fine. Shoot. Okay, couple of thoughts here. One, there's moisture on the lid, which I think is because I should have taken the lid off for it to cool. I should not have left the lid on to cool. Oh, I wish I could go back in time. It's okay. We're here. We can't go back in time. We don't have a time machine. I think that it was like the moisture that was accumulated from the lid being on top when it was hot made it sink. Or, oh, what a disappointment. This is so heavy. Oh, just breathing through it. It's okay. We're still gonna try it, but I think it's literally like wet. Oh, I'm not gonna try it. Oh, that's so frustrating. It would have been so good. Like, look at how nice and square it is. It's like so, oh, I can't eat that. Look at, do you see it? It's just like liquid. Just as I was discussing how expensive it was to make this. How disappointing. Like, I think it would have been really good. I think that was the problem, was leaving the lid on, like, exclusively. Another thought went through my mind of, like, when the burn happened in the oven, I took it out and, like, so it was rising when it overflowed, right? Or, like, rising, overflow, pour it onto the bottom of the stove. It must have been rising in that moment, and I took it out of that hot environment and, like, had to run it across the street. It was cold outside, so it's like that shock of cold probably deflated it, and then I put it into, like, a not as hot oven right away. Like, it just totally messed with the rise, I'm sure. Because you can see that it hit. Like, at one point it was perfect in there. Obviously now it's like just oil. I think it's just like butter in there. That's because it's had so much moisture. Ugh, I hate wasting things. Like, I hate wasting ingredients like that. It's so frustrating, and it took so long, and I was so excited for it. I don't often fail this hard. It's a big fail. It, like, makes me not want to try it again. You know, maybe you guys can tell me what I did wrong and help me. Maybe I shouldn't have used the Pullman style loaf. Like, maybe I should have just kept the lid off the entire time and just allowed it to rise, and then, like, trimmed the one edge and just had, because you'll still have that, like, perfect square on the bottom. Okay. Well, that's inedible. So what an anticlimactic video. Oh, anyway, I'm still gonna post this test because I can still show when I mess up. You're only human. It's okay. 10 eggs. Oh my gosh, I can't act. Oh my gosh, so much butter. I can't even think about it. I can't even think about it. Whew, I can't think about it. It's okay. Everything's fine. We're moving on. I'll get over this in 2 to 4 business days.